Welcome and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Journeys in the Stolen Lands, and we've got some very needy artisans in our kingdom who are all needing a visit from us or help with this or that. So we're going to go try to take care of some more of those things. We need to visit, forget what her name is, Shania? She's the one with all the stories to tell, some of which we're not sure how true they are. But she needs us to come back and talk to her about something. I think she is up here at Tatzelford. Maybe? Gnarlkeep, maybe it is. I don't know. Let's go to Gnarlkeep. We'll see who's there. Some of the other folks need us to talk to them about something as well, so we're gonna have to make kind of another sweep here of our settlements and visit these people. I did a little bit of looking. Apparently this quest, last time I wasn't sure about this, searching for poachers somewhere near the Gnarl Marches. The marker shows up here on the Swamp Witch's Hut location, but it sounds like this is like a scripted thing that we'll eventually run into them on the road as we travel through the Gnarl Marches, so I guess we'll maybe just have to wait for that to happen. Okay, yeah, this is where Shania is. Let's go talk to her. Find out what's the latest issue that she needs to tell us about. I'm pleased to see you again, O worthy one. What brings you to me? What happened this time? Shania hands you a heavily worn piece of metal. I have heard, O worthy one, that there lives a storyteller in your realm, whose eyes can see into the memories of things. Please show him this. It was the tip of a spear that once belonged to my esteemed ancestor, Vu Balak. He was fated to live in interesting times, for it was then that Kothagaz, the dance of disharmony, spawn of Rovagug, attached Vudra. Is that who we tried to fight in the Tenebrous Depths? Is that his name? Kothagaz? A million Vudrani came out to fight him, and amongst them was the cleric Vu Balak. Yeah, it felt like we needed a million of us to maybe beat him. Kothagaz walked across the ocean, and the water reached only up to his waist. He was covered by a mighty shell like a beetle, and the slime from his body covered the waters like fat, calming the waves around him, and his many mouths dripped with spittle. Kothagaz cried out, and the putridity of its breath made creatures faint, bleeding from their eyes, their nose, and their ears, while their monster's saliva burned through everything it touched. Trust me, for I have seen stones that were touched by this poison. Vu Balak, however, called forth the priests, and they cast their magic. The ocean boiled, and Kothagaz began to boil in it. The whales came surfacing all around him as he screamed, and his chitin hardened, becoming more and more fragile until finally it cracked and crumbled. Finally, Vu Balak saw the heart of the dance of disharmony. He jumped so high that his mighty body blocked the sun and the stars shone in the day. He then threw his spear and shattered Kothagaz's heart into 101 pieces. We have managed to gather some of the pieces, but not all. Perhaps if the storyteller were to read the spear's memories, he would be able to tell where the other pieces went. Then I might collect them to honor my mighty ancestor. That would be a truly heroic deed. Perhaps the path of a hero is what fate truly has in store for me. Spear fragment. Okay. So we need to show that to the storyteller. Bring the spear fragment to the storyteller. All right. We can do that. Since we're close here, I'm going to take just kind of a roundabout way through the Gnarl Marches here. See if maybe we run into these poachers we're supposed to be finding. Okay, we had a success here with this opportunity. The assassins in the world of magic. Got something here that's about to finish. And another opportunity here for Jaethel. 16%. Go for it, I guess. I really wish we could get some of these things ranked up here. Like our divine, espionage, arcane. Arcane is our lowest. Okay, this problem finished up with success. The advisor's people hired a friendly fae who explained how to repair the damage. The spellcasters returned the river to its former bed, raised the hill again where it used to be, and addressed the other problems. That's good. Let's see. I don't think we can do... We're going to have to be in our throne room to do these region upgrades. We don't even have anybody available. Okay. We're here at Tatzelford, so let's stop in and check with these folk. Okay, Sherelle is here, I think. Let's see, is he one that we need to talk to? He's the one we need to find the poachers for. Can't remember where Nazrielle and Verask, I think, are at the same settlement. I can't remember which one it is, though. I feel like maybe it's Trade Guard where the two of them are. Let's go up there. It is not Trade Guard. Neither of them are here. So it must be the one that's down here. Shambling Steps. That must be it. Well, let's stop at Tuskdale on the way and give that spear to the storyteller. Okay, here we go. A Vidrani asked me to show you this spear fragment. Can you tell me anything about its owner? The storyteller touches the spear fragment. When he speaks, his voice sounds weak and depressed. We've been walking for 10 days. The caravan's owner is swearing and scratching himself. Seems the fat slob got some bad mosquito bites. I think he's regretting his decision to bypass the border guard through a smuggling route. Half the porters have upset stomachs, likely due to drinking water from the stream I found yesterday. I guess there must have been a reason it reeked. I walk in the front, trying to seem respectable and intimidating, otherwise they might realize I'm lost. The trouble really started 3 days ago. I only saw the map once, but there was definitely supposed to be just one path here. We found dozens. Only an experienced guide would be able to find the right one. Of course, the caravan owner thinks I'm such a guide. I told him I've been running this route for 10 years, that I know every bush by name. I really needed the money. They won't let me run up my tab anymore. There's a whistle, then hooting from the bushes. Bandits. 12 ragged, filthy people with rotten teeth and sunken eyes, not much worse than us, now, rise from the bushes, their hair and clothes a mess. I raise my spear and scream threateningly, which usually scares off the weaker ones, but not these bandits. They get close. I swing. I stumble. I'm falling and I hear something crack. Did I break a bone? No, it was the spear. I fell across the shaft, practically sitting on it, and it snapped. The bandit attacks, his bludgeon spinning overhead. Terrified, I crawl under the cart. Members of the caravan are being slaughtered around me like cattle. It was an evil hour when they chose to trust me, Vu Balak, a sham guide, a drunkard, and a sad coward who inadvertently led them all straight into a bandit ambush. The storyteller hands back the spear fragment, his forehead covered in sweat. What an unpleasant memory. I do not believe the owner of this piece was a meritorious individual. Okay. We're gonna have to go back to Shania. Wow. These artisans. They just have us going all over the place for them. Before we go back to Shania, let's head over here to, it must be Shambling Steps, where Verask and Nazrielle are. Here's Verask, the Wild Fist. Your Highness, decided to see how old Verask is doing. I've set up nicely here. I forge armor and weapons for anyone who's got the coin. Though the fighters in these lands are weak, some can't even lift a normal axe. They cannot hold a candle to my sons. The half-orc grows grim and his voice becomes dull and soft. My eldest was a strong one. He could hit an ogre with a hammer so hard that it would leave behind its teeth along with its boots. But they are gone, both the son and his hammer. For 12 generations, my family has owned this hammer. It's a relic, you could say. I wish I could fix it, but how? And for whom? What was that relic you spoke of? Can I help you fix it? Vrask swells with pride. It's a hammer named Obliteration. Hold it with both hands. Whatever you hit, the only thing left there will be a greasy spot. I gave it to my son when it got too heavy for me. He named it Nibbler. You see, its head has beak-like wedges made of inubrix. Inubrix is a very hard celestial metal. It cuts through iron like a knife cuts through butter. It was a fine hammer. Nobody knows how many skulls it cracked. It broke the day my son was killed. The hammer's head cracked all over from a magical blow. It needs to be reforged, but where can I possibly get any inubrix? Without that, the hammer is just an ordinary sledge. You can use it to hammer in posts or tie it to your neck and drown. The Technic League is bound to have some. If you come across one of their camps, you might find inubrix there. Okay, well, we'll try to find some inubrix. We need that along with an emerald for one of our other artisans. Nazrielle is gazing at you almost without blinking, like an owl. How can I help you? I heard the news that one of your assistants has gone missing. Nazrielle winces and looks embarrassed. It's so humiliating that you've learned of it. Something went wrong with my weapon. It was meant to be a gift for you. But Daitel went crazy as he took it. He fell into a fury and ran off. If a faulty blade with my mark gets into someone else's hands, my reputation will be ruined. I beg you, your highness, help me. I don't think this idiot could have gone far. He may still be near the river. Bring me back the blade and I will never let you down again, I swear. The elven woman falls silent. She frowns as if trying to remember something. Oh, but of course, please be sure to save Daitel, my other apprentice, if it's not too much trouble. Okay. Return the spoiled gift to Nazrielle. Was that the one that, like... one of our apprentices brought something to us. We don't have it, do we? Like, we need to go find it. Right? The gift, crafted by Nazrielle for the king, drove her servant crazy when he touched it. How wonderful. Now we have to hurry off to the river in the Camelands to help the poor kid and bring the frightening item back to Nazrielle. Okay.
I can see my destiny.
Let's go look at the map and see. It'd be really nice if we had a quest marker. Ah, okay. Bridge over the Gudrun River. Return the spoiled gift to Nazrielle. Nice, it's right here, 4 hours away. We can do that.
I must replay.
We don't have a marker on the map, so I guess we'll head down the road here and see if we run into anyone. I hope this isn't like the searching the Swamp Witch's hut location for the poachers we never found. It said along the river, so maybe... well, let's go across and then we can walk down along the river over here maybe. See if we find anyone. Oh, there's somebody here. Goblin Horse Slayer. Okay, let's take care of this goblin. I don't know if this is where we're looking for. Alright, we took care of those goblins. I don't think this is where we need to be, though. I think we probably just never came back here. Okay. Let's go. I should have looked on the other side of the river before we came across. There is that cave here. I guess we could look in there. Nothing in there. Wow, these craftsmen, I feel like They just love sending us on wild goose chases. Oh, there he is. Up there. Okay. Can we get up there? I think we have to go up here around. It's gonna be dead before we get there. Alright, oh, he took care of them. Just fine without us.
I must replenish my powers.
Okay, Detail. When he sees you, the elf crouches in fear, hiding something in his arms. Have you come to take it? No, it's mine. Leave me alone. A grimace of pain and madness has captured his face. It's far too valuable. You can't own it. I'm the only one who can. Do you hear me? I'm the only one who can protect it. Everybody else wants it to themselves, but I'm not giving it away. I've been hiding. I can hide from you, too. Don't come closer. The elf is staring at you, froth dripping from his lips. My precious. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The elf freezes, then quickly throws away the thing, covers his head with his arms, and sobs. Thieves, don't hurt me. Detail returns to his senses and falls limply onto the ground. Good lord, it's finally over. The damned blade took my sanity. Oh, I never expected Mistress Nazrielle could create such a monstrosity. Let her find herself another assistant. This cursed thing nearly cost me my life. And we're supposed to pick it up and take it to her? Doesn't really sound like a great idea. Okay, grab this sword. Nazrielle's cursed sword. Hopefully, as long as we don't equip it, we'll be okay, maybe. Alright, since we're close, let's just head right back over here to Shambling Steps. Here's your sword back. Take away this dangerous thing. It poisoned the mind of one of your assistants. The elven woman carefully takes the blade from your hands. She bows politely. There's honey in her voice. I'm terribly sorry. What an unbelievable failure. I would never have allowed a faulty blade to get into your hands. That's what we need quality control for, right? Yeah, I promise you will receive your gift. Please give me a little more time. I hope the items I send with Sartain will fend off boredom while you await the arrival of the true masterpiece. Okay. Wait for her gift. So now we need to go back to talk to Shania. Alright, we're back here with our second favorite storyteller, Shania. Pleased to see you again. What brings you to see me? Let's just keep lying to her. We lied to her about Hasuf. The storyteller told me that your ancestor was a hero. However, he does not know where to seek the monster's heart. Perhaps I was wrong. The perfect human has sent the storyteller to remind us all of the great purpose that we have each been given. I must not leave for Vudra to seek the shards of the heart of Kothagaz. I must follow my chosen path. I shall recount to you a tale that is well suited to the occasion. Oh, great. Okay, another one of your stories. Maharaja Kibin Sald etched his glorious name in history when he conquered the kingdoms of the genies. He spied on the descendants of the goddess Janasini, the Garuda, and saw how they charmed snakes by playing their flutes. Through these secrets, he discovered a way to charm and bind the genie to his will. Kibin Sald openly declared his new mastery for all to hear, and in doing so insulted their race. Emissaries from the vizier of the genie of air, came to demand an apology from the wizard, only to be turned into slaves and their bodies bound in chains. It was then that the Malik of the fire jinn, known as the Ifrit, sent his assassins. They hid in a cloud of dust and approached as the mage was sleeping. But they did not know that the wise man had taught his servants his techniques. While he slept, his servants captured the assassins. The Pasha of the Shaitans, also known as the Earth Genies, sent his finest warrior, Termir, the destroyer of palaces. By his command, Kibin Sald's palace fell and turned to rubble. The cunning wizard foresaw this, however, and fled to the island of Jalmaray. Termir chased after him, forgetting that the waters of the ocean could not hold his heavy flesh. As he began to drown, Kibin Sald sent ships to save him, but only after Termir swore to serve him. As compensation for the palace he destroyed, the genie was commanded to build the pure temple of the Maharaja, which was 100 times more beautiful than the one he destroyed. Trust me, for I have seen this temple with my very eyes. I'm sure you have. Keep listening, no matter what. One of the royal Marids, the genies of water, came to free his brethren from captivity. Of all the genies, he was the wisest. For 3 days, Kibin Sald competed with the genie in the art of poetry. At the end of the third night, Kibin Sald was so exhausted that he was about to take a ceremonial dagger to open his own veins. The genie, however, was first to admit defeat, and entered a copper vessel which the wizard then sealed. It was thus that history came to know the Maharaja as the great conqueror of the genies. I think Kane's about ready to open one of his veins before he has to listen to another one of her stories. As you can see, even a mortal can accomplish such great deeds that their memory shall live on longer than the palaces built by the magical genie. This thought has given me the strength to create a great masterpiece, one which will ensure the memory of my name. Okay. Get to work. Alright, I guess we're done with that one. So maybe she's going to bring us a gift. We're waiting for Nazrielle's gift. Need to, I think just wait for us to run across these poachers. Then we need to find Inubrix for Verask and an emerald for Mim, which I don't think we have an emerald. Not sure where to find one either. I need to keep that more top of mind that we need to be on the lookout for an emerald. Okay, so I think we're sort of caught up then with these artisans. We can head back to Tustdale and I guess at this point probably just do some more of those region upgrades that we have. It feels like we don't have a lot to do. We could go fight Rovagug, but I think we just get destroyed again. Let's head back home. I might need to Google where to find an emerald for Mim. I think what I'll do is I'll check in here at the kingdom table and make sure we're caught up with anything there. And then before starting up anything else, I think... Oh, we've got a visitor here, Jathel. I might go talk to Kanera. It's been a while since we spoke to her. Kane and she kind of had a thing going. See if there's anything new happening there. Jathel, we are pulled deeper and deeper into Litrin and Gralton's fight. This already drains our forces and cannot end well. It's time we plan our escape from this situation, preferably something that casts us in a positive light. I can see two options. Haladin Tarn is the commander of Gralton's army. He is the general that's sending his raiders to Galt. This commander is as bloodthirsty and narrow-minded as any other military man. His cousin, Castle, envies his relative, but he's too cautious to disturb Gralton's fragile balance. But if you help Castle gain a piece of Haladin's power, they'll busy themselves with their own problems and leave us be. On the other hand, we could involve Gralton in a fight with Litrin. The Grey Gardener's greatest strength is spy work and intelligence, and I respect their consistency and ferocity. But they need more soldiers, real fighters. If we send them some experienced warriors, Gralton will focus all its time and energy on preventing Litrin from crushing them. We ourselves cannot afford to make those arrogant fools from Gralton weep blood, but I'll enjoy watching the Grey Gardeners do it for us. Okay. So she would like us to send soldiers to help the Grey Gardeners. We can try to arrange peace or help Castle Tarne. Let's go with her. Dispatch soldiers to the Grey Gardeners. Gardeners will strike Gralton with vicious force. The bloodshed will remind Gralton's people that there's a price for challenging us. Good, and then we can rank up espionage, it looks like. And, oh, speaking of, Canera. A kingdom. The tiefling savors this word like candy melting on her tongue. Yes, you now have a real kingdom. Your entire capital was once worth less than the goods now flowing through your ports. It's about time to reform the tax system before we start looking like hapless guests at a feast, hungrily eyeing the most delicious dishes as they're carried past. Although one mustn't give way to greed either. Luxurious items for the wealthy, materials and tools for craftsmen, and simple goods for the common folk. All of these are different things, and it would be unwise to tax them equally. I'll prepare a detailed draft of the reform, but first, listen to my proposal. Allow me to found our own royal trade guild in our lands. Its members will enjoy lower taxes and extended rights, but membership would have to be earned. I will make every merchant go out of their way to ingratiate themselves with us, and demonstrate that doing business with them is highly profitable for the crown. Just think what opportunities this will open. Okay. Wow, so I need to look at... There's pretty extensive effects here, it looks like. This one's plus 1 BP per region, plus 2 BP per upgraded region. Trade Guild provides plus 3 BP each week for every 50 economy points up to a maximum of 30 BP per week. The BP per week really doesn't seem to matter that much at this point. We've got so much money, we can buy the BP. Rather wish there was something that gave us like stat upgrade. We get some loyalty and economy for this one. Unrest state improves. Wealth taxes each week. A random kingdom stat is increased by 1. Also provides plus 3 BP per week for each upgraded region in a kingdom. Okay. This one's pretty much straight more BP. This one's a big hit to some stats. Unrest state worsens. We get even more BP. And we get a chance of rioting each week. No thank you. Or no taxes. I'm not sure if she's recommending a particular one of these. So I don't think I care at this point. We're going to do the one that we get a random kingdom stat increased by 1 and we get an improvement to our unrest state. I think that's a no-brainer at this point. Taxes on luxuries are important, but you shouldn't underestimate the profits that less refined goods can bring to the treasury. There's a lot of meat in a single buffalo, but far more in 10,000 rabbits. Okay, so maybe we can rank up economy then as well. Okay, so I know we should have a couple rank ups to do, but since I said I was going to do it, we're going to go ahead and pay a visit to Canera and just see where things stand between she and Kane. Okay, we're at Canera and Kalike's house. Canera is here. Canera stretches out her willowy body and smiles at you coyly. Hello. Would you like to spend some time together? You do realize sooner or later, you and I will just burn this house to the ground in the heat of passion, and then the entire capital. Oh, that's some sparks there. Still half asleep, you slip on your gear and suddenly hear the angry snap of a tail against the bedpost. Looking up, you lock eyes with Kalike, glowering and embarrassed. Uh-oh. Kane, you and Canera, I mean, we suddenly switched and could you please get dressed faster? Alright, sorry to bother you. I'm leaving. If I throw water on you, would it be considered high treason? Kalike covers her mouth and bursts out laughing. We accidentally switched in our sleep. I almost fell on top of you when I came out of the portal. We've never had such a silly switch before. That's silly, yeah. But that was a fine way to wake up for both of us. Well, so long. Yeah, right. So you and my sister. Doesn't matter. Goodbye. Okay.
Without a
So
doubt.
after that little intermission, we'll go back to the kingdom table. So when Kane's with Canera like that, is that actually considered a threesome? Failure with the hungry vassal. Our arcane really is just in the toilet. Disaster with the contract. Speaking of, we lost some more of it there. Triumph with the population census. And, okay, we talked to Jaethal and we talked to Canera. Accursed things. Something strange is happening in the region. Residents are complaining of strange misfortunes. Someone must be casting spells to harm the kingdom's subjects. The reason and the culprit must be discovered. I feel like a lot of these problems that we've been having here, 100% for him on this. Nice. A lot of them seem Fae related, which makes me wonder if they're related as well to the next chapter of the main quest. Okay, both of them are busy. How busy are they? She has 2 days left. What about our regions? Everybody's busy there too. Okay, I think we're gonna skip a couple of days here to let Canera finish up. Triumph with the opportunity. Nice. And with choking death again. We've had this one before. It would be nice to put Keston on that. Look at that, plus 28. Maybe we just wait till he's available for that in 4 days. We could do this rank up here for economy. Oh, okay. Confront Nazrielle. Got economy to rank 7. Success with the accursed things. And success with hunting the hunters. Oh, I just noticed we're at Serene for our unrest. That's nice. Success with going south. Ragongar was good at that. Okay. Canera wants to speak again. Right, 2 problems here. Let's probably we can for sure put Keston on one of those. Let's go talk to oh, we've got a strength in here for no, we don't want that one or that one. Okay, let's talk to Canera. A messenger from the Daggermark trading houses has arrived at court. They're requesting permission to trade on your lands. His words are sweet, but not like honey, rather more like the sickening sweetness of rotting meat. Daggermark is an ugly travesty of a state, a den of thieves and thugs where you can easily buy a life or lose your own for a handful of gold. Yes, Daggermark does possess money and goods, but they also have a reputation. If they do come to your dominions, do not hope that they'll conduct their business peacefully. Oh no. They'll begin by imposing their own rules, and like plague-stricken rats, they will spread extortion, blackmail, forgery, and 1,000 other ailments throughout our country. Is that worth the profits they promise? She doesn't want us to do this, does she? Let's just send him away. We can get a trade agreement with him if we want. Let's just send him home. We're good. A wise decision. I think I won't insult our dear guests with outright refusal. We don't want these respected businessmen to bring their assassins' knives into the capital. I'll tell them we're ready to deal and then propose such terms that they'll have no choice but refuse. They'll soon go back where they came from of their own volition. Good, so we can maybe rank her up again then. Okay, so let's look. We've got a rank up for treasure, espionage. I think that's the one we want to get done here first. So we can go ahead and put Keston on the choking death and Canera on the false lights. And then we can start this up. Wait, let me look. I don't think there's any training we want to do, but let me look. We've gotten strength in Bartholomew. We need strength in Bartholomew as a diplomat. Not all these other things. Okay, let's go with this one. Espionage rank 6. You know, with the arcane, I'm wondering if I need to be looking at some of our settlements and maybe demolishing like some military buildings to get some more arcane going. We must just not be getting enough of that to make any progress there. Okay, the Rage of Sky and Wind. Jod is on that one. Warfade Tricks. Oh, 5%. Okay. Guess we'll use a crisis point there. Octavia's that's arcane, I think, isn't it? I think she's the Magister. And then Colony, Opportunity. A group of daredevils from the capital have gotten into their heads to take a risk and wish to create a new colony on the border of the Stolen Lands. They ask for His Highness's consent and protection. Ragongar says he's not the best one for that, but he actually is currently. We have another soul jar to sell. Okay, so we got a notification about Nazrielle. I'm not sure if we have to go speak to her again then. It turns out Nazrielle's creations spread corruption. Maybe we don't really need that blade she's been trying to pawn off on the king. Confront Nazrielle. Okay. Let's go talk to Nazrielle. She is the one just over here at Shambling Steps, I believe. A nice little quality of life thing for this game would have been to like on the hover for the settlement, just to like list the names of the people who are there. Just because it takes so long to... I don't even mind the traveling part of it as much as the loading screen to get in and out and see who's here or not here and have to go to the next one and look there. The goods you've been selling are cursed. Would you like to explain yourself? Nazrielle turns pale as paper. Cursed? Oh goodness, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It's simply impossible. My creations are impeccable. I'm a master, you know. Such a thing has never happened in my entire life. Nobody could... The elven woman falls silent. Her lips move, but she doesn't make a sound. Nazrielle recovers her voice and now sounds strangely calm. It's Sartain. It's him. He's been spoiling my work. No one else could do it. The little bastard tried to tarnish my name. There's nothing but cold hatred in Nazrielle's gaze. The tone of her voice is quiet and murderous. By the right granted to me by our agreement, I am calling upon your highness. Sartain insulted the reputation of the master, to whom you promised protection. I'm asking you to find and kill the bastard. He must be hiding in his hut, not far from the capital. Oh boy, okay. Find Sartain in the capital.
There are many roads.
In the capital? Okay, it looks like he is in the capital somewhere. Wonder if it'll be a separate little location maybe to go to. Maybe he's in the library. Guess we start at the main square. Oh, here he is, up here. Okay. Okay, Sartain. Sartain gazes at you in astonishment. Something seems different. No longer does he appear dim-witted and servile. Instead, he seems self-confident and firm. I didn't expect to see you here. How can I help you? You've been spoiling Nazrielle's work, haven't you? Sartain sneers and throws his hands up playfully. You got me, I confess. Who figured it out? You or her? Anyway, that's not important right now. Why did I do it? Purely for the sake of revenge. Years ago, she invested a lot of effort in devastating my father, who was himself a well-known weaponsmith. He lost everything that was dear to him, his reputation, his workshop, his whole life's purpose. When I found out the rascal was here, I decided to seize the opportunity. I arrived here, got myself an apprentice's position, and set my hands to work. I'm smarter and more skilled than she might think. I worked hard by the anvil during the day and crafted cursed items at nights. Nazrielle's pride is her soft spot, the perfect place to strike. I decided to tarnish her image, make her look clumsy and incompetent, ruin her reputation, and of course, destroy that masterpiece she's been making such a fuss over. I'd hoped to see Nazrielle's head on the chopping block, but since you're here, I have a better idea. Your Highness, would you like to hire a new weaponsmith? I'm aware you have a deal with Nazrielle, but if you decide to break that deal and declare me the court's master blacksmith and allow me to keep Nazrielle as an assistant, oh, I could never thank you enough. What do you say? No. I respect our deal with Nazrielle. You're going to jail. So that's how it is. Very well. I was prepared for this turn of events. Let's see how well you can handle my new friends. Tiny stone animal figures appear in Sartain's hands. He scatters them all around him. Got some summons here. Well, Kane, you got this on your own. Let's just take out the summoner. We don't need to worry about the summons. I have a feeling Kane can handle this guy pretty quickly. Alright. There's only one thing left to do. Inform Nazrielle of Sartain's fate. Okay. Back over to Shambling Steps. Alright, Nazrielle. Sartain is dead. He had a vendetta against you for bankrupting his father. Nazrielle falls silent for a few seconds, looking very focused. Then she smiles slowly and malevolently. What a spectacular day, thank you. How are things going in the blacksmith shop? Excellent, wonderful. I fired my apprentices. I've had enough with Sartain. I work longer hours, of course, but every blade that leaves my forge is my personal responsibility now. Okay. Good. So we got a couple of those crossed off our list here. We just left with bloody craft and obliteration. We might have to go searching for a new bricks and a green stone. I didn't actually look on the map. Maybe there's a location marked for that new bricks. We'll have to see. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again next time here with me in the Stolen Lands. Bye-bye.